Hi, welcome to BariNation, where we support the bariatric community with humor, humility, and honesty.
You've just tuned into a podcast that welcomes you into a community, a resource center, and a safe place that powers your journey towards personal wellness.
Our goal is you leave us today feeling hopeful, inspired, and ready to live your best bariatric life.
Hey, BariNation, it's April. Are you struggling to make peace with food and hunger after bariatric surgery? You are not alone, and we've got something just for you. Join us for the Bariatric Intuitive Eating Deep Dive Cohort, a 6-week expert-led experience inside BariNation starting May 15th. This deep dive experience is created and hosted by Kelly Broadwater, a bariatric therapist and eating specialist. This member-exclusive course will help you rebuild your trust with your body, break free from food guilt, and find true food freedom on your terms. Spots are limited and only open to BariNation members for an investment of $40. Head to barination.mn.co to join or click the link in these show notes to learn more. Hi, friends. Welcome back to the BariNation podcast. Today, we have the honor of introducing you to our newest BariNation practice partner and expert, Dr. Kukreja. Hi, Doctor.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for partnering with BariNation. Thank you for believing in our mission. Our goal is just to get to know you a little bit more today as not only a surgeon, but as a patient provider. We want to know what your philosophy is, what drives you to help patients in such meaningful ways, and why you're excited about this partnership. So let's just dive in.
Yeah. So I am the founder and owner of our bariatric surgery practice here in Dallas, DFW Bariatric General Surgery. It's a private practice, and I'll say that we founded this practice in 2016 after having dealt with other types of situations going back to 2009. So started my career in Chicago at Mount Sinai, which was amazing because it was a tertiary care hospital, but it was largely Medicaid. And back in 2009 in Chicago, no one had ever heard of a sleeve gastrectomy. Sleeve was not even a procedure that was offered in the state of Illinois. So we were a lap band practice. And I started the lap band program in Chicago. And then after my wife and I had our first kid, we decided to move to Texas and be closer to family. And I went to UT Southwestern and the VA, where I was a director of the bariatric program in the VA system, which is also a fascinating experience, being able to take care of our amazing veterans. In that setting, was doing about 250 bariatric cases a year. Of the 500 done throughout the VA system, I was doing about half of them. And then decided I really wanted to be able to take care of patients in my own way. And so be able to have that flexibility to do the kinds of surgeries I wanted to do that I thought would best benefit my patients, do them whatever days I wanted to do them, what kind of hours I wanted. And I wanted that flexibility. So started this practice in 2016, and we have been lucky enough to grow to 3 surgeons paired with Dr. Elizabeth Hooper and Dr. Rebecca Barr. And we love what we do day in and day out here in Dallas.
Well, that's awesome too. I mean, you've had the laundry list of doing that, and especially with the veterans, that's amazing. But there is really something to be said for the freedom to be able to help people the way that that best benefits you and the patient at the same time. So that's really awesome that you took that into account when you were making that decision. I'm glad your practice is growing because of that.
Thank you. No, it's so much fun to be able to take care of our patients, right? What we do day in and day out almost reverses the clock for so many of our patients. I joke that I'm making them younger, I'm making them healthier, I'm making them richer and taller. I wish I were taller. But all of these things, people just generally get better, right? And to be able to have that impact and partnership with our patients it's an amazing experience.
You said that in kind of our get to know you graphics that we shared on Instagram. That was really the highlight of why you continue to serve patients in the way that you do. You really love to see them transform into who they are right at the moment of that surgery, when they make that decision, to really years afterwards. You see them blossom into kind of different people.
Yeah. I fell into bariatrics. It's not that I chose to do bariatric surgery. I will say that when I was a general surgery resident, I made it through my training a little bit lost. We didn't have any bariatric exposure. We weren't even doing real laparoscopy. Laparoscopy only came when I was just finishing my training, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. But someone told me that if I could learn how to do a laparoscopic Roux-en-Y gastric bypass and do that anastomosis hand sewn, then I could do almost any operation I wanted. And I said, okay, well, that gives me a year to kind of figure out my life. And so I'm going to learn how to do that. And then I'll figure out what I really want to do. And so I went and did this fellowship, and I realized this is transformative. It's not just a procedure. It's a process. It's a program. It's a whole lifestyle for these patients. And so bariatric surgery really affords me selfishly the ability to have long-term relationships with my patients, doing hard, challenging, and fun surgery and transform their lives.
Well, we're hearing that more and more when we're talking to surgeons. I'm saying that, when they go through different rotations in their, in their upbringing in surgery and medicine and those things, that it really is one of the only places where you get to settle in with patients and follow them long term. And it's such a positive experience for so many surgeons out there. And that is from the patient side, we love hearing that about surgeons because, most of the time that if we've ever had doctor or surgeon interactions, it's very cut, dry, to the point. Yeah. It's very transactional. And to actually get in touch with so many surgeons like we have since we've started this podcast and this, in this community, we're finding out more and more that on the surgical side that it doesn't have to be that way. And it just makes it that much better and more comfortable for people who are pre-op or who are actually on the fence about whether or not they even want to be pre-op. And it's pushing them more and more to want to do that, because if they have a surgeon like you that wants to commit to the long road with them, and they know that it's not just once their check is cashed, you can be like, well, take it easy, eat 12 calories forever and have a good day. And, when they know that they can come back and have somebody that they can continue to interact with, that makes them a lot more comfortable is the information we found.
And I'll say learning from my patients is one of the best parts of my job. I love just talking to my patients, finding out what they're about, what they do, about their families, about their jobs, whatever. And people tell amazing stories. There's just, everyone's got one, right? I mean, this day, whatever the date is, I don't even know. None of the 7 billion of us have had exactly the same day, right? We all have a different story for April, whatever today is.
Yes. It makes it a powerful part of our journey. The treatment for the disease of obesity is very much transitioning from a one model has to fit all to multiple modalities of treatment designed for you as an individual. And it seems like you really embrace that individual modality of treatment when it comes to your patients.
We do. It's a blessing to be able to have all those tools, to be able to offer medications, offer weight loss counseling, and then the whole range of surgeries, revisions, primaries, whatever. But I will say that also makes it harder, right? Like you actually have to figure out which hammer is the right hammer or the right hammers for these nails.
Yes, it does require that individualized treatment, but but as what you said though, it does take time to get to know that person as an individual. But when you treat them as an individual and you acknowledge that the disease they're fighting is going to present in their life differently from other patients, it's really where that relationship blossoms. And I would imagine too, as you were talking, I was thinking, what would you tell a patient who is maybe 2 or 3 years post-op, struggling with some weight reoccurrence and not really sure what to do? It sounds like your approach is going to be very personable and also very accepting of this is a lifelong disease, not something that you're just done with.
Obesity is a chronic, lifelong, progressive disease for which there is no cure, right? And that is my line, my tag, whatever, that I use with so many of our patients to remind them that we're here to support you. We're here to help you. We're not here to fix you. You're not broken, and this isn't a fix. And so it's when you really look at the fact that obesity is a multifactorial disease, right? It's not behavior. It's not exercise. It's not diet. It's not genetic. It's not environmental. It's some combination of all of this. You can't say that there's going to be one treatment for all of it, right? Mm-hmm. And so you have to really work through those things.
Absolutely. Well, we are thrilled to partner with you because we know how deeply passionate you are about your patients and helping them on this individual level. So we're thrilled that you are now a part of BariNation. You're going to be leading in BariNation. Obviously, you're joining us on these podcasts. Yeah. But is there a reason that you are excited to be partnering with us, with BariNation?
Yeah. I mean, I think that what you guys have built, what you do is tremendous, right? This network of support is what people need. I am one surgeon and I have 2 other surgeons that work with me and 10 staff. Okay, there's 13 people here to help however many people, right? And we are not available 24/7 to do everything all the time. So this umbrella approach, this catch approach that you guys offer that allows patients to be met in their space and at their time in the right moment for their need is frankly a service that no one practice can offer. So what you do is essentially an extension of us and helps to broaden that family. This is the it takes a village approach. So
Yep. Yep. We agree. We created BariNation because we wanted it to be that safe place that no matter where you are in this journey, no matter how old you are, no matter if you're a man or a woman, you can find that support that you need in that moment. We wanted it to be a menu of support. We can't do what you do at all, but what we can do is step in and say, hey, if your patients are needing a little bit extra or they're struggling with, let's say, weight reoccurrence or addiction transfer, or you fill in the blank, we have meaningful support that experts are leading, right? So it's this safe place that we can all trust and lean into when we encounter part of this journey that we don't know what to do next.
Yeah, I think that as the bariatric surgeon, sometimes we get too much credit, right? It's not just us. It's we did something, but I took 45 minutes or an hour and I was wearing pajamas listening to music. I mean, and the person who was being affected was just sleeping out of it. So, I mean, really, this is something that you can't do surgery, and I can't do what you do, and you can't do what the other person does. And so we all have to work on this together.
Yep. It is. We say it often, Jason, right? This journey is not designed to be done alone. And it certainly doesn't necessarily come with an instruction manual. We really are taking a leap of faith when we make a decision to undergo bariatric surgery. And when we partner with amazing surgeons and practices like yours, we really are providing this holistic care that we as patients kind of knew was missing. And we're just so thankful that we have this opportunity to build something great and amazing together with you. So thank you.
Well, it works both ways. I mean, to even be invited into your fold is an honor in of itself. So thank you.
If you would like to keep getting to know Dr. Kukreja, he's going to be leading in the BariNation community. And if you are a patient of his or his practice, you now have access to a special monthly discounted rate in our community. So if you're curious about learning more, it's linked in the show notes. You can reach out to Dr. Kukreja directly or to us, but we would love to continue to support you in the BariNation membership community.
Awesome.
Dr. Kukreja, thank you so much for joining us today. This was wonderful getting to know you. And we know that you're going to be back. There's lots of topics we want to dive into with you.
Absolutely. I'll be here.
All right. Bye, friends. That wraps up another empowering episode of the BariNation podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, keep the conversation going by joining the BariNation membership community, where you can attend live support events, access on-demand resources, and find a caring community.
Join us at barination.mn.co. If you found this podcast valuable, help us produce it by becoming a $5 monthly supporter at barinationpodcast.com.
And just remember, at the end of the day, you've got this, we've got you, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.